Hello, my friends. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and comment. See you soon. Hello, my friends in YouTube land and all my customers from the Daiquiri. I'm going to be back with you pretty soon. It's coming, man. I can feel it coming. Now, this is the deal. I want you all to be safe. Be careful with the corona because I want you to be healthy when the Daiquiri opens up so we can sing and hang out. Today's number 50. Half 100, man. 50 days in quarantine. Well, since we've been 50 days in quarantine and been watching the news and everything, I've been seeing a lot about politics, right? So I remember a story about a politician. This politician, he went to heaven. And when he gets up to heaven, St. Peter looks at him. He says, I think I know you. Says, yeah, maybe. He says, didn't you work in the White House? Weren't you hanging out there with Trump? And the guy says, yeah, I used to work with Trump. He says, well, I don't know what the heck are you doing here? Politicians are not allowed up here in heaven. He says, well, I don't know. I just came up here. I don't know what happened. I just sent me up here. And he says, well, let me check the books. He looks at the books and he says, I see now. We made a mistake. We sent you up here by accident. So, since it was our fault, we're going to give you benefit of the doubt. And what we're going to do is we're going to give you 5 days up here in heaven. And you're going to check out the situation. And after the 5 days, we're going to let you go down to hell. And you check it out down there in hell. And after those 5 days, you come back to me. And you decide where you want to be. And we'll allow you to be wherever you want. Since it was our mistake. Politician says, yeah, thanks, man. That's good. So the first 5 days, he gets up to heaven. And he's floating around in the clouds. And the angels are everywhere. And they're with their little harps and halos. And everything's all rosy. Everything's beautiful up there in heaven, right? He goes back to St. Peter, and St. Peter says, okay, now you go down to hell for 5 days. So he goes down to hell, and when he gets down there, what's he find? He finds all his buddies down there, man. They're all hanging out. They're all with a bunch of hookers and drinking and drugs and all kinds of wild parties and sex parties and everything. Everything's all crazy down there, man. Wild with all his friends. So the 5 days in hell went like half an hour. It went quick. So the 5 days was up, and he goes back up to St. Peter, and he looks at St. Peter. He says, "Well, did you decide?" St. Peter says, "Did you decide?" He says, "Yeah. Well, I was up here in heaven, and it was beautiful, and I loved it. But when I went down to hell, I saw all my buddies down there, and there was all kinds of wild parties, man. And I just loved that stuff, man. So I think I'm gonna stay in hell." And St. Peter says, "Are you sure? You can't change your mind later." He says, "Yeah, man, I like it down there." So, poof, he goes down to hell. When he gets down there, what's he find? Finds fire and heat and all kinds of people in chains, and the devil's with a whip hitting people, and everybody's crying in agony. This is terrible. And he's hitting them up. So he walks up to the devil. He says, "Man, I was just here yesterday. What happened? This place wasn't like this yesterday." And the devil says, yesterday. Yeah, we were in campaign mode still. The elections are over now.